Alright, so this is once again another Apple video, and I've been talking about Apple a lot lately because, well, to be honest, they're having a lot of news. This September 9th event is a big thing. To some people, it's like a mini holiday for them to wait outside and get these new Apple products. Personally, I'm not going to buy them. I don't really see a point in getting them, but they're always nice technology to have, and within a couple of years from now, this technology may end up on Android. Look at the fingerprint scanner. I know it's not the first one to have it, and I believe a couple of days ago I read an article. It was some company already beat Apple to Force Touch. I may talk about it or I may not, depending on how I feel about it. But this is with Apple. The, the Force Touch on here is actually supposed to be better than the one on the Apple Watch. And what do they mean? The article's titled, "The next iPhone's Force Touch reportedly trumps that on the Apple Watch," or on the watch. And basically it's going to have pressure sensitive, and it's supposed to be 3 inputs of definition instead of the existing 2, which is just taps and the force tap. So it could have like a standard tap, a long or a force tap, and then an even harder tap or a light tap or something. And I don't know, will this replace holding down? I may make a video about what I want to be in the next Force Touch, but if this is better than the Apple Watch, I bet the Apple Watch 2 or whatever or whatever it's rumored to be called, will have this. And will it be hard to do if you're in one hand mode? That's what I'm wondering. If you're using the phone in one hand, will force touching on this display will be harder than just long pressing it softly. And something I hope doesn't happen is that the force touch features, I hope Apple doesn't do this, and they probably will. Like, let's say there's a feature like holding down the icons in the notification center to go into the setting. I hope Apple doesn't what was I gonna say? Holding down. I hope they don't make holding down a, like, if the same feature could be done holding, like if a force touch feature, we've already seen the video of force touching on the icon bring in the control center shows the full settings page of it. That could be easily done with a long press as it is done on Android, and I hope that we don't have that happening. I really hope we don't have it so you have to force press when on old iPhones, like an iPhone 5 that doesn't have the Force Touch, obviously. Hopefully we could just long press, or I hope they don't make it exclusive to the phones with Force Touch, which would be the 7, the 6S, the 6S Plus, which is kind of hard to say. I can't really talk now. I need some water, even though I have some next to me, which I'm not going to grab right now. I just want to continue on with this video. But one thing I hope about Force Touch is games. I hope games take advantage of this. Maybe a game like, I'm trying to think of some examples. Maybe a fighting game you could force touch, and that could be like a special attack instead. That could be a special attack. Maybe one tap is a punch, and holding down could be like an even harder punch or something, or something like that. I'm not really sure. Maybe Minecraft touching could be a hit with the sword, and force touch could be a block. I'm trying to think of some features. Probably games, I think, it would especially benefit from force touch. And there was a rumor about the 6 from last year where it could feel like you're pressing on the display. I think this is what it's that rumor has evolved into. And force touch, it could either be something that everyone uses or something that people use once in a while. I think usually when Apple makes a product like a fingerprint scanner, it's used that a lot, and other phones adopt it too. Look at Samsung have like a force touch knockoff in a couple months. Maybe. They may do it if Apple doesn't sue the fuck out of them like they normally do. But what do you think about this 3D display where you touch it? There's actually 3 levels of pressure sensitivity. And what do you think it could be used for from besides the features we already knew? I gave some examples, but I don't really know what it will become. Hopefully we get all the features from the watch and the Mac. And the ones I mentioned, hopefully some developer, if they're watching, which probably no one's going to watch this, if they are watching, hopefully they take advantage of this feature, the features I had, by using it to press harder in a game for something. That could be cool. But other than that, maybe pressing harder in a drawing app could make it draw thicker. I know the Samsung Notes do that. If you press thicker with the pen, it draws a deeper black line in S Note. It does that. Maybe Apple could do something like that. Maybe. I don't know. And these are just possibilities and ideas that I have. So what do you think it could do? That's all I really have to say. And maybe you could comment about that below. And if you have any other ideas. So I may look at this later on. But all I have to say for now is bye.